Schools are out of session until the fall, and while that could have repercussions on learning opportunities, there may be another cost to kids' safety. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Alan Campbell.
And I'm Glenda Lewis. 7 investigator Heather Catallo joins us live now with a look at what's going on while kids are staying home.
Michigan's Child Protective Services has seen a nearly 20% drop in child abuse and neglect reports compared to this time last year. It's one of the many ripple effects of the coronavirus.
Yes, we are in charge of teaching our kids, but we're also really critical in terms of determining their wellness.
Teachers like Kelsey Wiley play a huge role in watching for child abuse.
Especially with our school closures, it makes it way more difficult for us to do our jobs in that sense because we don't see our kids every day.
Wiley is a 10th grade teacher at Cass Tech in Detroit. She now does wellness checks with her students online once a week, but the virtual assessment has its shortcomings.
I can't gauge where they're at emotionally unless they tell me. I can't force it out of these kids, and I certainly can't see them to assess, okay, physical health, what can I figure out based on how you look today?
With schools no longer meeting in person, the number of child abuse reports being made to the Department of Health and Human Services has dropped.
Shelter-in-place orders and the school closures have literally made, in my view, millions and millions of kids invisible to the professionals who are trained to spot abuse and neglect.
Sandy Santana is the executive director of the New York-based advocacy firm Children's Rights. Santana says more than half of reports of abuse and neglect that come into hotlines are made by trained professionals, such as teachers.
They are the people who could identify the bruises, see the changes of behavior in kids, talk to them, have dialogue and conversation, and get to the bottom of what may be happening in their homes. And that's not happening right now.
While the numbers in Michigan right now mirror the figures typically seen over summer break, there is a fear that the number of unreported cases could be rising, especially as coronavirus closures bring financial uncertainty to thousands of families.
The reality is that 8 out of 10 kids who are in our system because of neglect issues, and those are often tied to poverty and the stressors that families really struggle with.
Ju-Yun Chang is the head of Michigan's Children's Services Agency. She says the department received only 12,554 complaints last month, compared to more than 15,000 for March of 2019. She's hoping targeted outreach can help.
We know where at-risk families live, and we know from years of data what they need.
Chang says 40% of the kids in the state's foster care system come from Metro Detroit, and most come from 6 specific zip codes.
Sometimes they just need a helping hand because they are balancing so many things and are already living life on the margins.
As part of the COVID response, state workers will be reaching out to about 2,000 low and moderate risk families to virtually check in with them. I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.
Heather, thank you.